Angels Care Home Health, serving Hayes and the surrounding areas, is a Medicare-certified home health agency providing quality skilled nursing and restorative therapy services to patients in their homes.
I love the nurses that come and see me.
Angels Care is there to help 24 hours a day, and all services are covered 100% by Medicare for patients who are eligible.
Since I learned about Angel Care, I would recommend them to anybody.
Angels Care Home Health. We serve patients.
Eagle Community Television presents Community Connection with your host, Mike Cooper.
Hello and welcome again to Community Connection from Eagle Community Television. Thanks for watching. Thanks as always to the producer and editor of our series, Jeff DeRoll. And thanks as well to Brandon Cooley from Eagle Community Television for the camera work. We're at McCartney Hall and on the main lobby of McCartney Hall with Dr. Mark Bannister, the Dean of the Robbins College of Business and Entrepreneurship, our Community Connection. Well, Dr. Bannister, gosh, I have to call you Mark.
You can call me Mark.
Dr. Bannister is just, it rings, it really does. Tell me, if you would, Mark, about the areas of business that students can study in the College of Business.
I'm very, very pleased. We have four large departments in the Robbins College of Business and Entrepreneurship. We have economics, finance, and accounting, and that department has, just as I've described, international business and economics, accounting, and finance degrees. One of the areas of growth in that department is the new insurance certificate that we're working with the Kansas Insurance Commissioners on. And we'll talk more about some of the other specialized programs in that department later. The Department of Management has management and human resources management, and it has been a very fast-growing department, a department that has significant demand from both on-campus and distance learning students. Our Department of Applied Business Studies has several different programs in it. It has marketing, it has business education, it has tourism and hospitality management. And a subpart of the business education is also our corporate communication and our corporate training programs. Then we have our Department of Informatics that has a variety of programs that are very much tied to digital communication in today's world. We have digital media studies, we have computer networking, web development, management information systems, and also healthcare informatics. And a strong theme through that and some specialties also include cybersecurity, primarily at the graduate level.
My goodness. Sounds like you've covered the bases, Mark.
I have, and one of the things I haven't mentioned is our MBA program, which has about 170 students. And then we have Masters of Professional Studies in both human resource management and in a variety of informatics areas. And that has about 100 students itself. Well, actually about 200 between the two areas.
I noticed that in that informatics department, which we'll talk more about in a future program on Community Connection, that CNN rated the mobile app section of that as one of the best possible jobs to get into.
It did. We were very excited about that because we've been ahead of the curve in developing a degree program in web and app development, and it's something that students are very excited about. And it's one of those neat jobs that, frankly, you can do anywhere, wherever you live.
Mark, about the entrepreneur part of the College of Business and Entrepreneurship, that's fairly recent, isn't it?
It is. It's something that has really developed over the last few years. And if we look back that as recently as 2013, that we would only have 1 or 2 classes a year. This academic year, the 16-17 academic year, we will have over 200 students enrolled in various entrepreneurship classes. In addition to the classes, we have a variety of extracurricular activities. In the fall, we had the Kansas Startup, which is an intensive weekend of activity, and we have had the largest startup event in Kansas with that event over several years, and it continues to grow, that over 70 students and others participated this last fall. This spring we have the Faulkner Entrepreneurship Challenge, which is a business and entrepreneurship development program over multiple weeks that allows teams to take a concept, work with faculty and other mentors, and develop a business. And in both of these, they compete for real money, for prize money that can help students actually launch a business.
I'm glad you mentioned that startup program because Henry Schwaller, who has worked on that program since its inception, really has seen that program grow. Henry said that 11 students started the program in 2013, and in the spring of 2017, 4 classes with more than 180 students, both on campus and online. It just explodes with those new ideas, doesn't it, Mark?
Exactly. And we think entrepreneurship is crucial for Fort Hays State University. It's crucial for Northwest Kansas, the state of Kansas, and truly even the country. And we're excited to have supporters such as the Dane G. Hansen Foundation that are partners with us. We opened the nation's first entrepreneurship scholarship hall in August, and it's a residential facility devoted to students who are passionate about entrepreneurship.
You mentioned, too, online learning, part of the startup as well as many of the other programs in the College of Business and Entrepreneurship. The distance learning programs have been well recognized, too, Mark.
Indeed they have. That there are a variety of different ratings organizations, but we have programs in computer networking, management, marketing, and human resource management, and tourism and hospitality management that have been ranked #1 among distance learning online degrees.
And those types of programs, for example, hospitality, obviously a growth industry.
Yes, indeed. That the tourism and hospitality management program was a program that was developed in response to Kansas as a state saying that tourism is a priority industry. And to help that industry grow, that we aligned a degree program to produce professionals in that economic area.
Talk a little, if you would, Mark, about the relationship maybe with other departments at Fort Hays State with the College of Business and Entrepreneurship. Is there a synergy that works together with integrating some of these other departments for learning possibilities for students?
Absolutely. And I think most prominent example, and which is really mission related to Fort Hays State University, is the agribusiness major. And we have a very nice enrollment of students that are studying both agriculture and business, which is very important to succeed in agriculture today. But we have other programs, particularly in the MBA program, where we have worked with departments across campus to establish specialized concentrations, such as the healthcare administration concentration in the MBA program. And we have doctors, healthcare administrators, and others that are actually in that program, and it's an online program, and we've had people from Florida to California, as well as, of course, Kansas, that have enrolled in that program. And with activities like entrepreneurship, we encourage students from everywhere on campus. That a biology student may have a great idea, and you put that biology student together with some business students, and they can actually develop that idea into a business.
Tell me about the donation to the entrepreneurship program from 1983 grad Kevin Faulkner, $100,000 cash to that program to watch it grow.
Yes, Kevin Faulkner is an alum of Fort Hays State University, an alum of Hays High School. And Kevin has made a gift that we just recently announced that will fund the Faulkner Entrepreneurship Challenge on an ongoing basis. And that by establishing an endowment, that will fund both operations of this challenge plus give us funds that we can use as student awards for the best business concepts that come out of this. And it's a way of an alum giving back and playing it forward and helping others be successful.
One of those new programs that you referenced that we certainly want to talk about now, from the Robbins Banking Institute. And the Fort Hays Foundation has provided us with a working draft of that. Tell us about this newest of the programs, Mark.
We're very excited about the Robbins Banking Institute. W.R. Robbins and his wife Yvonne have stepped forward and made a very major gift that has named the College of Business and Entrepreneurship. So we're now the Robbins College of Business Entrepreneurship. W.R. is a banker, has been a banker for many years in rural Kansas, but also has banking interests in the Kansas City area. And he knows that there's a shortage of professionals available in the banking industry in such areas as loan officers, compliance officers, and that these rural banks are really having to search to find people. And we will be, through this Banking Institute, offering the most comprehensive banking curriculum in the state of Kansas. We will be recruiting young people to enter the banking industry. We will be developing relationships with banks all over the state for the placement of student interns so that the students have real-life experiences to tie into their in-class learning. And we also know that many of these internships will turn into placements for these students upon graduation. A second component, besides the on-campus traditional student, is we'll be offering banking coursework online. And we know there are many banks that have somebody that may be very talented, very hardworking, who may be currently employed as a teller or another role, but do not have the credentials to become an officer. But if we can, and they're often place-bound, that they don't want to leave Liberal or Goodland or another community to spend a year or multiple years on a university campus. But if we can provide them distance learning coursework that they can take and they can develop their skills and credentials while maintaining their current job, it becomes a win for that individual, a win for the bank, and a win for Fort Hays State University.
Well, and we know, Mark, that the banks are certainly one of the integral parts along with schools and maybe even medical care for keeping rural communities viable.
Exactly. Very, very good point. That our rural communities, our rural counties are highly dependent upon our Kansas banks, and our major industries in rural Kansas, agriculture, manufacturing, oil, all are very dependent on a sound and prospering banking community.
Mark, it sounds like we better check back with you on several occasions because there seems to be a lot going on in the College of Business and Entrepreneurship.
We would welcome that because we do have a lot of things that are going on, a lot of things that are going on in a very, very positive way.
Dr. Mark Bannister, Dean of the Robbins College of Business and Entrepreneurship, our community connection.
Angels Care Home Health, serving Hays and the surrounding areas, is a Medicare-certified home health agency providing quality skilled nursing and restorative therapy services to patients in their homes.
My Angel Care physical therapist taught me how to do exercises safely.
Angels Care is there to help 24 hours a day, and all services are covered 100% by Medicare for patients who are eligible.
It gives us independence in our home.
Angels Care Home Health. We serve patients.